This is also being recorded. So let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. And then I need to take roll. So Bridget's here, Justin's here, I'm here, Jared's here, Terry's here, and Amanda's here.
Are we following rules now?
We're following that, the rules that we found out we weren't following. Okay, and then we have a visitor. Do we have anybody online?
Nope.
Okay, so Haley. Hi. Hi. Any adjustments to this agenda?
Nope.
Okay, so final review of the 8 standards. Do you have any questions, or would you like to go over anything?
Went over it last time, so unless there are questions, I can absolutely help out if we need to do if we need to do that. I do know that, part of this, of the district leadership, we are, due to a variety of things, we are rewriting the entire, student handbook, for all 3 schools. Being led by the principals, myself, and then, OSBA, it's via the OSBA model. And we'll incorporate a variety of things, which will be more specific, and we're dealing with, discipline procedures, et cetera. Like I said, but there's been some issues, so we're going to do that. And redo the entire student handbook for the 25-26 school year, so we'll all have all three handbooks. And because this district doesn't have much of a athletic handbook, we are assembling an athletic handbook for the 25-26 school year, which will have the same kind of situations. We have looked at several, North Bend's, a couple others, one from up north, one from Tri Rivers. So we're gonna use those, so we're not redoing the whole thing, but we are going to have a student or a athletic handbook, which of course, that has to be adopted by the board. So it would be, we would do that in, August. I would throw that out to you before that, so you would know what, so you know what it looks like. And then the student handbooks also have to be adopted by the board. So in same kind of time frame, we'll get those out to you during the summer, probably mid-July, whatever, so you can, preview those, and then of course the adoption would take place before the school starts. So those are coming, and it's crucial, like I said. And then the last thing on leadership, we are, between Dan and I and the gals and Carrie, we are putting together, assembling a bus accident protocol and procedures, which we have it, but it's not necessarily right. It's not, okay, first person is gonna call this person will call that person, et cetera. This person will call every parent of the students on the bus, that kind of thing, so that they're all, so it's designated. Where rather than have it on the scanner, and then it goes everywhere, and then everybody gets involved. We're gonna, so we can make certain phone calls to certain people, et cetera. And then, of course, the 911, whether it be city police, state police, or county police. So those 3 things, and then we're gonna, as soon as we get that kind of completed, we're gonna sit with Scott and kind of go over that entire thing with him. And so I just want, that's part of the actual leadership of what we're doing with that.
So we do fill up the little books right now. All right, so visionary district leadership. Go ahead and put in your rating. And any comments, and then go ahead and fill these out, and then send them back to me and we'll kind of go over them.
Yeah, and I'll just make the final one on, I'll make the final, like, what you guys decide.
Okay.
Just put it up today, so I think I
That's pretty cool.
it is.
So if anybody has anything, like old thing that you wanna put in here, you think that would be cool for a board meeting, let us know, and so we'll make sure about that.
I have two questions. Can we ask questions? Standard 3, inclusive district culture. How do I know what you're doing on that?
I think it's just basically the culture of the district, you know, that is it operating, you know, we're not talking about ethnicity or that kind of thing. We're talking about the just general culture of the, you know, is it welcoming? Or do you feel like you can walk into a building and, you know, and be all right with that, you know, are people welcoming you, and it is that kind of thing, that's culture.
No, that's for our discussion for later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Yep, nope. Yeah, no, that's one that I'm gonna present to you guys.
That's-
I bet.
If somebody doesn't have to visit the school district. We should have a board visitation day, and not tell anybody.
Yeah.
I always
So it's
threaten,
like-
always threaten Reg, I'm just gonna show up in here one day.
It is
It's like,
surprising.
I don't know what you want. They say, oh.
Wasn't
yeah.
strict, so obviously. That's a good thing.
It's the little one, you guys. It's wild, you know?
It's like put under control.
Oh my gosh, he's like this, so there you go.
Okay, so. Now we need to. About. A narrative for the public meeting, and we have. A little typed up thing here, you want me to just go ahead?
Do you wanna go through those ones first, so
Oh.
that cause this will be his final draft that will go in his file.
Okay,
So
so
you're-
just like, go through each one.
And if anybody had marked anything less than what, like, the majority did, then you guys talk about why that
Okay.
person has the right to tell what their difference is.
Okay, so, these are all fours. Everything's good with that. We do have an ethics and professional norms at a 3. And then inclusive district culture at a 2. And then culturally responsive instructional leadership and improvement at a 3. Communication and community relations at a 3. Effective organizational management 3. And then the rest are all 4s. So those are it's the only one that has less than 4s on it. Okay.
But basically, he will have a 4 on, cause I know some of you are new to how the evaluation works, but it would go by majority. It's not like one person, it's a group of everybody's voice. But since the majority is a 4, then would get 4s straight across. And then you guys have the right to, if you wanna make a comment under there, if there's something that you want to address to each one, and then move on to the narrative.
So there's only one that, so like, visionary district leadership has rewriting school handbook. Assembling athletic handbook. Bus protocol, and then we have ethics and professional norms, very knowledgeable about information. That needs to go to board, knowledgeable about board position and communication, inclusive district culture. Look forward to conversations, thoughts, ideas, and culturally responsive instruction. Communication and community relations, strong advocate for rural schools. Effective management, financial management, very competent fiscal, financial, and then. Policy governance and advocacy is the first page. Those are the only comments that are.
Okay.
Here.
I can just roll them off of there and type them on there then.
Okay.
Okay.
So, the narrative that we have right now, which we can change, for the public is the board is proud of Superintendent Steve Perkins' progress this year, especially with the opening of Maple Middle School. His focus on building collaborative relationships with teachers, staff, and community has boosted stakeholder satisfaction and strengthened commitment to the district's vision. Is there anything that anybody wants to add?
Just my comment, and I wrote it on there too. I think that being a rural school district, I know that the Superintendent Perkins has advocated a lot for rural schools, for small school districts on the state level. So I just wanted to capture, that making sure that rural schools are represented in the narrative at the state level is very critical to small school districts.
About Superintendent Perkins is a strong advocate of rural schools.
Sounds good.
School districts. Anything else? Okay. And then review of next year's evaluation, which. the
So I did-
Rich School.
Yep, I did put one in here for you guys to look at.
I'm giving it a call.
Well, the school's good.
I don't know.
Mary's like,
Must
more
have
than
been
me.
your kid.
Must be in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Don't bug me, I'm at school.
The, when we were in, when I was at OSBA, there was a lot of conversation about how cumbersome the OSBA's booklet is and how it seems like it's a lot of time and consumption to it when you're a small school district. I get it in the bigger school districts where there's a lot more, you know, issues and stuff going on, but Fern Ridge shared theirs with everybody up there. And I kind of liked it because it's a little more, straightforward. A lot of people don't understand standards and know what standards means, and so I kind of liked this one as well, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Cause it's something we can adopt, we can still have a timeline if you choose, like to have a check-in. However, at like OSBA, what they were saying, your superintendent should be giving you a check-in every month at the board meetings. And those things should be being documented for yourselves, like whether you're keeping a notebook for yourself, hey, I'm gonna remember that when it comes time for his evaluation. So the timeline can be adjusted to as however you guys wanna do it moving forward, but I didn't know if something like this is a little more easy to follow. And then you guys would do these, you know, maybe like first part of January and get them to me to tally. And then when we come in February for our first work session, you guys already have some of the work done. And then we're not, you know, sitting here going, oh, I gotta read all this stuff and, so it was just, I wanted to present it because I know it was something that a lot of the boards were taking away and gonna use. They liked it a lot better. Of course, we're at OSBA conference and we're all going, no, we like something better.
So, if I may. Clarifying question, so this is, we would be completing this a year from now.
Correct. This would be next year. So once you guys establish your goals and he has his goals, the board's goals, but you know, all that stuff. This is how you would, instead of this one that you guys just did, it would just be these, and then you would be rating these specific things in this section.
I
Under
guess
that.
my question is on staff and personnel relationships. I don't know how much we know that.
So that's been done a couple different ways, like over the last 5 years that I've done this. We have done a survey to all staff. The problem with that is probably 80% of the staff don't work closely to the superintendent as much as like your leadership do, or so that we actually ended up having an issue with it that year we did it was because somebody thought it was about the principals. Cause they didn't read the whole entire thing. So then we had all these skewed surveys that didn't really match things. So,
Mhm.
in the second year, you guys picked some staff. And then all the leadership team got picked. And then the last 2 years, we really haven't done a whole lot of surveying. Because it doesn't always come out, it comes construed a little bit, so. But you know, however you guys wanna do it moving forward, if you want to survey random staff, if there are ways to do with, is it Google Class, whatever that one.
Yeah.
It can actually just random pick people
Yeah,
and then still do the leadership team because they are the staff that work the closest with that person.
you can take out some of these too. It doesn't have
Yeah,
to be
you-
all of these 7 things, you
Yeah.
know.
I just wanna make sure it's a good
That actually-
evaluation and that we have good information.
Right,
Yeah.
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 Just take
Yeah,
out
so
the ones that
that
actually.
sometimes it feels like we
apply
have-
to us. Yeah, no, I get. Sometimes going through the other, all these evaluations are a little difficult.
Yeah, they kind of want a round area, and we don't have the whole round area to go from.
Any other questions? I think this is a good model that we can start from, for next year's.
I like the wording better.
And just like, maybe,
Sort of repetitive.
maybe, you know,
Yeah.
go through it and cut out the ones that we don't really need or the ones that don't really work. We can do a survey as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
I think doing a survey of the administrative team kind of is where we need to show if we're gonna do a survey. Just of the actual ones that work with him? Get the day-to-day?
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions or input? Okay, any coming meeting input?
Other than just that.
Okay, well then we will adjourn.
If I can just. Or
Are you gonna?
I'll send you that. Okay, okay. They're always gonna be probably in that, just rotate. Okay. Oh, that's good.
You're supposed to do
You
it.
can
before
hire
the
this
meeting.
thing. Am I for?